no, Garrett, I will not let it go. I asked for 3 tubs of ranch at McDonald's, and that old lady in the drive-thru gave me 2. And that's fat-phobic. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Editors, edit that out. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. And we have a great one for you today. She's fat. She's fabulous. She is a feminist, and she's back on this channel. She was absolutely pissed that Rebel Wilson was losing weight.
So let me reiterate. She gained weight to become a comic, and she used fat tropes to advance her career when it was beneficial to her. And now, when it's no longer beneficial, she's losing weight under the guise of health.
She was absolutely fired up when I talked about her being mad about Rebel Wilson losing weight. And now she's upset that people are stealing Ozempic from her.
If I didn't have to take it, I wouldn't. And I've been on this medication for literally over a year, maybe 2. And I'm the same way.
She's mad at gym bros, but she's also agreeing with a man, a thin man, a personal trainer, thin man. And I have to talk about it with my lovely audience. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Fat, Fab, Feminist.
Ass real fat, I can make it fatter. Wanna see a magic trick? Here go a salad.
And my sweet audience, I have to say thank you for coming to Closet Commentary, where me, your host, straps on a bra so I don't have to take your eye out, and makes a low edit video where I talk about something I saw on the internet that I just can't get out of my head until I write a script, make a video, and put it on YouTube for the world to see. And I saw some things. But if that's something that interests you, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I am trying to get to 850,000 subscribers, and I keep asking other suggestions of how I can do that are legal, and no one has came up with any other idea except for, you know, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, you kinda gotta click it to help me out. Please, honey, I will get on my knees and kiss your butt cheeks. I don't care. You have an amazingly cute butt. Here, I'll give you a little taste. Come on. Yes, that was delicious. Let's get into Fat Feminist versus the gym bros. This video is sponsored by me. Wait until the end so that I can beg you to buy something that you probably don't need, but if you do buy it, it would put a smile on my face. So a podcast pro, just kidding. I don't know if he's a podcast bro, but a man with a microphone took to the streets and asked men, would you date a fat girl?
Super prefer a gym girl over a fat girl because it's like, why are you fat? No discipline.
And little did they know, when a man says he doesn't want to date a fat girl, that is a silent call. A silent alarm goes off. And these women from the fat acceptance community, they hear it. And they will come from their little hidey holes and sit upright on their couches and make a TikTok video.
I have a challenge for the gym bros. How about having a personality that isn't hating fat people, specifically hating fat women, and going to the gym?
And this is why the video interested me so much, because I actually tend to agree with the fat positive movement when they see videos like this, because usually they say something normal like, oh, these men are fat phobic, or why do these men need to announce that they won't date a fat woman? And I do agree that yes, they are fat phobic. This man clearly looks like he will run for the hills by the side of a fat person. He did look a little nervous during the interview, and I'm 100% positive that if we panned out the camera a little bit, there would be fat people surrounding him, ready to pounce. So kudos for him for speaking the truth so openly. Secondly, it is weird when people get on the internet, and I know that this person is being interviewed and he was asked, but it's weird when people get on the internet and say, excuse me, everyone, I have an announcement that everybody needs to hear. I made sure to make a speech so that I can be very thorough and not forget anything. I, Michelle McDermott, will absolutely never date a hobbit that specifically played in The Lord of the Rings. Not one, not any of them. I need them to know this because I just don't want you to hit on me. Your hairy feet freaks me out. Thank you. They do that to muscular women all the time. Some man will hobble onto my Instagram and tell me he would never f me, and then I tell him, interesting, I didn't even know you existed, so therefore I I don't want to fuck you either. And now that I'm looking at your profile, I definitely don't want to fuck you. You are not aesthetically pleasing to me. We are on the same page. Then they get mad. I'm not too sure why. Anyway, what interested me about Fat Fab Feminist or Victoria is that she suggested that these men need to have some damn personality outside of hating fat people and going to the gym, critiquing them for having very minimal qualities to their personalities.
Because outside of those two things, do you have an identity?
As if she has this multi-purpose personality and you just don't know what she's gonna post because she's so creative with her content.
First of all, I'm so tired of this implication that fat people are all unhealthy.
It's not like her whole personality is just
You big fat ass bitch. You meat to meat. All you do is eat the.
that she's fat and a feminist.
As a fat person, I am consistently frustrated.
At least she's not so obsessed with being fat and making sure that people know that she is, that she reflects her username out of that. Fat body, fat heart. Even your email has a fat in it. It's almost as if it's the majority of your personality.
Because I don't know what it is. I don't know why y'all are just so vexed by fat women.
Vexed, an adjective, annoyed, confused, or agitated, much debated and discussed. I mean, does this man look annoyed? And he really wasn't on the topic very long. He just said his opinion because he was asked. He kind of does look uncomfortable though. This man did just lumber over him and shove a microphone in his face, then ask if he would want to a fat woman, but he doesn't seem annoyed, agitated, just scared for who's listening.
All you do is just like, I don't want a fat bitch. We don't want you. Like, I don't know any fat women that like are chasing after men that like are very clearly like not interested in us.
They might not be sprinting after a man and holding him down, screaming,
You little you think I can date this fat man? That's disgusting. I can't date myself. Like me, love me.
but they do get very upset when a man is asked his preference and he doesn't say fat people. In fact, instead he says, we've talked about it a few times on this channel. Actually, I think we just covered one of your fat colleagues, Fierce Fat Femme, who says, saying you don't find any fat people attractive, would never date a fat person is not a preference, it's fat phobia.
Shut up. It is not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
So,
Because the thing is, when a man is not interested in a fat woman, like, y'all make it so abundantly clear because you don't even look us in the goddamn fucking eyes. Like, y'all treat us like fucking scum. Why would any self-respecting human being want to interact with someone who so clearly despises our fucking existence?
a lot of women, fat or thin, do this. Less now. Thank God. We got these women finding their worth, and if you are a man that does that, then stop. We don't want men that does that. We don't want men that do that too. We want people to treat each other as equals, or what, like just be in good relations. Okay, that's not part of the point. Point is, thin women do that, fat women do that, muscular women do that. Every single body type does that. It's not just one type of body, fat, fab, feminist. Oh wait. Wait. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys. I messed up, and I have no problem. I've always said that if I am wrong, I am wrong. This is the fat fab feminist, not the fat fab feminist. The fat fab feminist speaks for every single fat woman
Never.
So there's no woman out there that has been so into a man that she acts a little silly, a little obsessive, you know. No fat woman, only thin. Every single fat woman is strong and mentally stable, not insecure at all. So I'm so sorry for that. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
Y'all are obsessed.
Why you so obsessed with her? Everybody knows. It's clear that you're obsessed with her. Yeah, I don't know what. It's clear that you're obsessed with her. I don't know what the song I was doing that time. In her opinion, people are just obsessed with fat people, and that's why they have to tell everybody that they won't date them.
Obsessed.
But she's not obsessed with fat people. It's not like it's her whole personality or anything, or now her job. So, that's good to know. So then I found another one. There's a personal trainer that gives some fat-friendly exercises for fat women that are interested in working out.
If you're a plus-size girl who wants to work out but is restricted from some movements, try this.
And Victoria, Miss Fat Fab Feminist, she softens up. She starts to, you know, I thought she was going to see this and just be mad like she normally is, just very upset. But she was very sweet in the video and she loved his video. And I thought it would make for some good discussion.
Do you know how different my relationship to exercise would have been if this was the way that people spoke about exercising?
Here's the thing though, I think she personally has had problems. Obviously, she said that she did, but it's interesting because we've covered her so many times that we know she thinks that gym bros are all evil. Every single man in the gym hates fat women. You know, gym culture is toxic. Weight loss culture is definitely toxic. Everybody wants to be thin. Everyone hates fat people. And the moment a fat person walks into the gym, it will go something like this. Fat. You are fat. She doesn't belong here. But in reality, especially in recent days, gym culture is outstandingly positive. In any group, you are going to find the butthole. But for the most part, people are very accepting, nice, and helpful. And I don't think I've ever seen a fat person walk into the gym and everybody make fun of everything that they do. I've never heard a bodybuilder, a real life bodybuilder, not online trying to get people triggered, make fun of someone bettering their body. And in recent days, there's plenty of resources for obese people that want to work out safely, and no longer most people do not promote the diet of no eating and working out until you pass out. And yet most of her content acts like gym culture people want to grasp her by the neck and force her to drink a protein shake and then take away all her treats. She acts like Rebel Wilson losing weight is somehow the worst thing ever, and she succumbed to diet culture. And now the other fat people are going to go down the horrible path of sustainable weight loss. She clearly has a lot of anger and trauma when it comes to the weight loss industry that she projects on other people. And in this video, she kind of acts like, well, see, if I had more people like this guy on TikTok who's like, basically doesn't exist in the weight loss community or personal trainer community, then I wouldn't be so fat.
I've been fat all my life, and growing up, exercise was a punishment for me.
Like, you could do it still right now. You can fix your relationship with food and the gym and working out.
Something I had to do as a consequence of being fat to try and fix my body. But I couldn't do everything my trainers wanted me to do.
It just sounds like she had a very uneducated trainer that didn't modify what she needed for her body and told her that she was a fat piece of. Find a trainer that specializes in morbid obesity. Go for someone that actually wants sustainable weight loss, not someone that thinks that they are Julian Michaels on The Biggest Loser.
Quit on me again, you go home, and no one's gonna chase you. No one!
Because I wasn't in a thin body like them. I was told that working out was supposed to be painful, and if it didn't hurt, it wasn't working.
I mean, you're gonna be sore. I don't want to, you don't want to hurt your bones or your ligaments, but let's be real. You will get sore because you do have to challenge the muscles, and that's the whole point of working out. You have to challenge yourself in order to get better. And if you are on TikTok all day, you will be in some sort of pain with some pretty basic weightlifting or even just body weight workout. I had this woman who was a mom, and she said that she wanted to be a muscle mom, and she showed me pictures of what she wants to look like. These women looked serious. They were serious lifters, but the only thing she ever really lifted was her children, who were about 1 and 2. Now that's a pretty good weight, but I'm pretty sure she's not shoulder pressing her 2-year-old for 4 sets and 15 to 20 reps. So we started with the absolute basics, lifting her body weight, squats, hip thrust, basic push-ups, and some floor core moves. She came back a few days later with Barbie arm, this, and flamingo leg. She couldn't extend her arms out, she could barely walk. It was like that Bob's Burgers episode where they spent like 6 minutes into the gym and then they were dead the next day. She told me she doesn't want to be sore like that ever again, and she has to cancel the rest of her training workouts for 2 weeks because she has to recover. For those 2 weeks, all she did was lay on the couch and tend to her children, but for the most part, she just laid there. And when she finally came back, guess who was sore all over again? And then she quit.
And maybe if I was treated like a human being, like a person, and someone had given me this option when I was younger, when I was a kid.
Yep, I wouldn't be fat today. Just kidding. She didn't say that. I wish she did, because it feels like she's kind of saying that. Could you imagine if she did? But she didn't. But it feels like she's implying it.
Feelings about exercise would be different. So I really appreciate the fact that people like this exist and are making exercise more accessible on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, this chick pretty much thanked him. him, a man, in her own fat, fab, feminist way. That's very sweet. I'm glad she's softening up a little.
Are not able to actually get our medication because y'all are using it as a means to emaciate and starve yourself.
And I forgot, she's mad again.
I have not been able to get my medication in 2 months. 2 months. For the last 3 months, I have been rationing a single box of medication, and nobody cares because it's their right to lose weight.
So recently, many people are using Ozempic, like the whole Hollywood craze with using Ozempic to thin, evil, tiny torch. And Fat Fab Feminist, or Victoria, is pissed because she takes Ozempic for
My health.
No, that can't be right. They don't believe in health.
I'm so tired of this implication that fat people are all unhealthy.
Because she just takes it for fun. Because diabetes is fun.
But if you, in turn, start being fat phobic and cause harm to fat people, that's my business.
But it's not going well because she can't get it. And she's really upset because she's gonna die. No, they don't. They say that you can't die from obesity-related issues, so she's gonna die from pure magic. Because there's no issue with being fat.
Not a single one of you has any right to talk about my health or caring about fat people's health if you are actively taking medication that is necessary for me and others because you want to lose a couple pounds.
Victoria, remember when you told me to stop talking about your body, even though your whole TikTok is about your body being obese? You know, with this, I leveled up. You guys, please stand, rejoice. I have permission to talk about the fat, fab, feminist health. I don't take Ozempic shots. A shot? You know my hate for needles. Damn, that was a surprise. I didn't know I was going to get to take home the You Can Talk About Fat People and Their Health badge today. At Fat Feminist, it's an honor. Thank you. I'm glad I got the okay.
One thing about me is I'm always ready to change my opinion on something.
So I guess there will be many videos on the lovely Fat Fab Feminist. How nice of her to come on this show, okay? And then give me an award this time around. I love it. Women supporting women. What a day. Now, a word from our sponsor. Me. It's still me. Like every single time I say that, it's gonna be me, I think. This video is sponsored by my company Prodough. Grab a protein chocolate cake donut by clicking the link below. Also, I do have merch. Check out my dog lovers line and grab a crop top dog mom t-shirt and let it all hang out this summer. Or purchase a warm sweatshirt and be beautimous like my dog dressed as Princess Ariel. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for coming into the closet with me. And now, yeah, it's time. It's time for you to come out of the closet. You should be ready now. It's the end of the video. So I will see all of you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Now I have to go walk around my neighborhood with a microphone and ask, who's your favorite YouTuber? And if they don't say me, well, I'm gonna make a very strongly worded TikTok about that.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared.